Hey guys, guten Tag. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today we are doing part 3 of a series of German food, and in today's tutorial we're making Spaetzel, which is a German drop dumpling. A handful of ingredients and some boiling water, that's all you need to make it. It's absolutely fabulous. So like all my other tutorials, I will have at the beginning of this tutorial an ingredients page listing all the necessary ingredients and the measurements. So, enough talking. Let's get cooking. So let's start by measuring out 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Next, we'll add 2 teaspoons of salt. And I'm going to start by adding 1/3 cup of milk. I ultimately end up using 1/2 cup in the end. So here I'm just cracking 4 eggs into a separate bowl, and then I'm going to beat those eggs and add that to the flour mixture. So once you've beaten the eggs, you can just go ahead and add that to your flour mixture and begin mixing everything together. So just keep stirring, it'll start to come together. And I'm already noticing that my dough is too dry and too thick. So I'm gonna add some more milk, a little bit at a time. And reason being, if it's dry out or humid out, raining, it depends on the weather. You don't know how flour is gonna act. So you always start with just a little and then add more as you go. So now that is the perfect consistency. It's still thick, but just slightly runny. So let's make our Spaetzel. So here I have a large pot of water on the stove and it's boiling, so I'm just gonna add 5 teaspoons of salt to the water. Now, you're going to need a Spaetzel maker and it looks something like this, but don't worry if you don't have one and don't run out and buy one. Just look in your kitchen, I'm sure you can find a colander, or like in my case, I have a barbecue vegetable grill pan that is perfect. It sits right on my pot and has nice large holes. So I'm just gonna add half the mixture to my grill pan, and then with my wok spoon, I'm just gonna push the dough back and forth, pushing it through the holes, and it's gonna drop down into the water below. And there you have it. So now I'm just gonna cook the Spaetzel for about 3 minutes. That's all it takes. The water will come back up to a boil. Just move them around so they don't stick together. So these are perfect. They are light and fluffy, so I'm gonna remove them and place them in a separate bowl that has a strainer, because when we're done cooking them, we're gonna run them under some nice cold water to rinse them off and stop the cooking process. So now I'll just cook the remaining batter. I'll just add that to my vegetable grill pan and push that back and forth with a spoon, pushing it down through the holes. So after 3 minutes, the remaining batch of Spaetzel are done. So we'll just add that to the first batch in our separate bowl with the strainer, and then go over to the sink and rinse them off to stop the cooking process, and then drain them. So now we're just gonna quickly pan fry our Spaetzel. I have a fry pan on the stove that I've added 2 tablespoons of butter to that I'm gonna just melt down quickly. And then I'll add the Spaetzel to the pan. Ultimately, you just wanna brown them just ever so slightly, toast them up a little bit in the butter. And that should take about 5 minutes to brown them on a medium heat. And now I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of parsley just for a little bit of color. And mix that in. So after a few minutes, they are lightly toasted and ready to go. So let's plate it and taste it. So here it is, guys, Spaetzel. And I can't wait to try it. Okay. Oh, it's like spongy, light little pillows. Yay. Mmm. It's just little dumplings of goodness. Light, fluffy, buttery, a little crispy on one side. It's absolutely perfect. Well, I hope you guys try and enjoy this recipe. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on anything. And as always, guys, until next time, bye!